teacher is Miss Gano. 5th grade is my favorite grade. If I can buy Miss Gano stuff, I will buy her class materials. Miss Gano's always saying my name. It makes it fun how we get to play games about reading and stuff. I know the teacher cares about me because they say good morning, good afternoon.
Good enough. She's very energetic, so when we are doing something in social studies, she'd be like, oh, we gotta talk about this thing, then this thing goes to this thing, and it's she's very smart and pretty. I'd either get her new Chromebooks or get her a pet owl, because she likes owls. I know that the teachers care about me is because they're if they see that you're not smiling or anything, they'll be like, oh, what's wrong? And we'll tell them what's wrong. And they'll be like, okay, well then you could either talk to this person or this person. She's always we always get to talk about what we're doing in reading class. Then she's like, oh, I forgot to go over the learning target. She's taught us she tells us a lot about her children. So I've kind of inferred that when something goes on with her children and at their preschool, she'll probably end up telling us about if we do this and this could happen, we shouldn't do that in the first place.
Miss Schaefer. Well, she said she wasn't smart in math when she was younger, but now she is. Our classroom is fun because she puts stuff on the wall to help us learn and help us never forget stuff. She puts stuff on the ceiling.
She also tells us a lot of funny stories that go along with what we're learning.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diet Coke is her thing.
Yeah. It's
every day on her desk.
Yeah, she always says that.
If you want to suck up, bring her a Diet Coke. If I could buy Miss Schaefer something, it will be math books, maybe a car, and games.
5th grade is awesome! Charles just win!
Teacher's name is Della Kemper. She's a great teacher. She's nice. Miss Lawson does all of the work. When we have science, she does all these cool science experiments and they're so fun. She always says, raise your hand or forever hold your peace. I would give her husband health and stuff so he could heal. I know the teachers care about me because whenever we're in the classroom and stuff, Mrs. Kemper and Miss Lawson always do nice things for us, and when we do science, she gives us fun experiments, and it feels like she cares about us and stuff like that.
She's nice. I'd like to buy her a hoverboard and insurance and all that. Miss Kemper always says if you need help, ask for help. In science, we do experiments with a circuit and a battery. I'm gonna miss 4th grade. My favorite thing about Miles is that the teachers are nice.
I have Mrs. Asbrock. This year she became Dr. Asbrock. She got her doctor's degree from college. Her hair is stylish. I think her favorite subject is reading and science. I like math a lot. That's my favorite subject, and she teaches it well. Science, she makes fun experiments to do. Just like yesterday, we had this light bulb experiment with having batteries and wires, and then we just try to connect them, and then the light bulb lights up. My favorite grade level here has probably been 4th grade. I'm probably going to miss how fun the science experiments are, and also how fun I have, how much fun time I have in math and Miss Asbrock. I think she likes to go bass fishing, so I think she has a license to go there, or I would probably give her items or materials to go there. I think her husband and her like to go bass fishing.
My teacher's Dr. Asbrock. She always helps us with whatever we need help with, and she makes sure that everyone knows what she's talking about, and she's really nice to all. She's the best teacher. I'd be Dr. Asbrock's assistant. To make learning fun, we get to play games and activities, cause she always helps us. That's how I know she cares about us. I would teach our class so she gets a day off. favorite teacher is Mr. Crumper.
Mr. C.
I like our class because we get to draw on our desks.
He like tries to use certain like objects and stuff to show us a funner way to, like learn and stuff.
Says pay attention a lot.
Okay, well, he calls Sammy Joe.
He calls Andrew Andre.
He calls Anakin turn around with Judd. We know he cares about us because every Friday
We get to eat in the classroom.
No. We scream at the end of the day, Mr. C loves you.
And we get to eat in the classroom if we get hungry.
We're in Mrs. Bedell's class. Mrs. Bedell is very funny, fun, and nice, and awesome. Yeah, she's one of the best teachers I've had. We feel safe at school. We get to do many different things. And I think she's the one who let us go to the zoo for a field trip. We actually got to do an activity. You know the penguins? Huh? Mm-hmm. She turned the whole room into their habitat. Something funny that she always says is, when we add thuthas, it sounds like you're making a fart sound with your lips and your tongue. Uh-huh. She's like, tenth. I would be an animal farm. I would get her a giraffe. And she could just walk 3 steps to school. She can climb up to the top and sit on the giraffe's head and see everything from her backyard. We love you, Miss Bedell.
Our teacher is Mrs. Pack. She's so much fun, and she always talks about UK. Like the last year, she got 2 tickets from her husband to go to the Final Four game. And that was 2 years ago. She's always got to teach us math. Yeah, she teaches I think at the beginning of the year she taught math 2 or 3 times a day. Her favorite subject is definitely math. At the beginning of the year, I didn't know anything of multiplication or division. Same. Now, since she's taught us all that, we know it. She always says, quit daydreaming. She's one of the nicest teachers ever. She's fun and creative. We can tell that she cares about all of us because every time we get hurt, she's always there for us. And if we're ever struggling, she always helps us, and she walks us step by step through it. I wish I could get her and her kids and her husband's tickets to every UK game that they ever have. Our teacher is Miss Kopczynski. I think K-O-P. I don't know how to spell it, but Kopczynski. She's the best teacher ever. She helped me learn things that I didn't know. She always says, if somebody calls you a name, then just let it roll off your back. I can tell she cares about us because she, when we're sad, she makes us feel better. She's nice, and if we're not feeling good, then she's nicer. Kopczynski. Our teacher is Miss Ward. Our teacher is Miss Ward. Our favorite thing about 2nd grade is that we get to eat lunch first. Miss Ward, you're a great teacher. I would like to be a principal because it would be cool. I would want to be Miss Crawford. What teacher she's?
Miss Crawford?
Yeah, a helper teacher from kindergarten. One time we were in the hall, there was someone banging on the door. Miss Wirt said we don't know who it was, and Jenna asked if she could get it, but she didn't know if it was a bad guy, and
she answered it, but it was Mr. Barry. Miss Rick keeps us safe.
I'm gonna miss second grade.
We love second grade.
My teacher is Miss Gilday. I am in first grade. She's nice. She's a fun teacher. She does fun things and she plans fun things. We are working as paleontologists. Yeah, and I can't even say it. There's a chocolate chip cookie and the outside she acted like the dirt. And we used toothpicks. The chocolate chips were the spoons. Something she always says is clip down or clip up. I know that Miss Gilday cares about us because she keeps us safe and stuff. Like when there's a fire drill, she always says get outside, and we get outside and she keeps us safe. I'm gonna miss first grade. Mrs. Gilday, would you mind moving up to first or second grade with me? I would like to give Mrs. Gilday some chocolate. I would like to give Mrs. Gilday some ice cream. Will you share it with me? Yeah, will you share it with me too? My teacher is Miss Brown, and we love her. I love her because she is a great teacher, and I'm gonna miss her when I go to second grade.
Math.
I learned how minuses. I didn't even know what a minus was, and I learned it.
She makes math fun because she does that brain pop video.
I wish I could always be with you because you're the greatest teacher that probably any kid could ever have. Any first grade kid. What she always says is she says, be quiet. I know she cares about me because she never likes it when people get hurt. I love Miss Hoskins. Miss Hoskins.
I love Miss Hoskins.
We love Miles Elementary! Yay! Miss Brazil. Mrs. Sherwood. Miss Crawford. Miss Reardon. Mrs. T. Mrs. Reardon. And Miss Mazzaro. That's not your teachers. Those are our teachers. I know. I love you, Miss Mazzaro. I like your country road book. We have this one that goes, country roads, take me home to the place I belong. That book. Mrs. Sherwood is nice, and she lets us do fun stuff.
Miss Crawford, you're the best ever.
Oh, I like how we play games and stuff like that. I know our teachers care about us because every time we're hurt, she let us go get a Band-Aid or some ice. Oh, one time yesterday I had that. Hey, my brother has that.
I love my friend in kindergarten.
Mrs. T gets 2 thumbs up.
Thank you!
And I want to thank you for giving me the best day of my life. Oh, just to be with you is having the best day of my life.
A typical day in gym class is you have to get sweaty. That's what it is, gym. Because you get to do fun stuff. Miss Hall is my gym teacher. First we do our warm-ups and then we play dodgeball.
Student helper teacher? Whatever it's called. Helper teacher. I don't really know.
Music is my favorite special because I've had Miss Heyman for only a few years, but so far she's the best. She's the best music teacher I've ever had.
I like music because
because we get to dance a lot. Mrs. Heyman is fun. Mrs. Heyman is nice. Well, actually, this Tuesday, we told a story, well, the teacher did, and then we, like, figured out the beats, I think it was. No, I think it was the beats. To, like, figure out a line. Miss Heyman! Mrs. Heyman! Oh, King Glory on the mountain. The mountain was so high that it nearly touched the sky. And the first one, the second one, the third, follow me.
We love the new library because it's colorful. And there's a lot of posters that I love.
Bunch of posters.
And if Miss Elmo wouldn't have came, reps higher. Reps hard would have been here.
This is Elmore. This is Elmore. That's her mom. My mom, Mr. Meyer. He helps out. He helps out Kid, and that's all I know.
What do you think Miss Miles and Miss Lewis do in the office all day? Paperwork, paperwork, paperwork.
I like working with Miss Till because she helps us read better.
Mr. Dollins is our social worker, and he helps us with any issues we have. Yeah, I think Mr. Dollins has a great job.
I love playing Legos with Mr. Collins.
The principal's job is to take care of the school.
I want to be the principal. Like Charles, he said he wants to boss everybody around and to go to meetings.
Like, being a principal, like, makes you more in control in it, and, like, you can be, and it's like, you can just be really nice to all the students.
Do you know who Mrs. Pilgrim is?
Yes.
What does she do here at this school?
She's a counselor.
Mrs. Banks, she does, every time we done the test in there, sometimes she would have been in there and she would tell us, keep us company, and tell us to get over your goal or to your goal.
Yeah, get your goal.
And have fun. Mr. Moses is the janitor that always helps in the cafeteria and the one who always fixes the bathrooms.
I don't know what Miss Parker does.
Miss
Greenwald! She was upstairs, now she's downstairs.
My favorite special is art.
Mine too.
Because we get to do a lot of activities and
Really, just anything.
And on Fridays, the art club. Yes, and we make sketchbooks.
Yeah, when I grow up, I want to be an art teacher.
I'd be the art teacher because art is my favorite subject.
Clipboards, yeah.